Cyberpunk 2. We are slowly inching closer. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos, and today we have new leaks, new rumors, new confirmation, and news, and I'm going to share everything with you guys. We did a video about Cyberpunk 2, codename Project Orion, a while back, and I hear you guys loud and clear. I read every single comment on every single video, and today we're going to cover everything and an official hint about the sequel, because there is a wild possibility about Beyond Chicago that could actually make Night City look kind of tame. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Make sure you guys drop a like. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And as always, we are going to start off with what's confirmed by CD Projekt Red. Cyberpunk 2, it's happening. It is in development right now. You could call it early development, but the game is being worked on. CDPR itself announced that Project Orion, we're just going to call it Cyberpunk 2 for now, has actually wrapped up the concept phase, and it has officially been entered into pre-production. I mean, reports say roughly 96 people are working on the game right now. That could be even more as we speak, because we also know that they've been hiring for it. That may sound small, but it fits with CDPR's approach. They focus on quality, not rushing like the first game's launch. So as a result, we're probably going to be waiting a little while. CEO Michael Nowakowski pointed out that CDPR games generally take 4 to 5 years from pre-production to in our hands. Now, he won't give a firm date, but on this schedule, if we do the math, Cyberpunk 2 would be coming to us around 2029. Today's video is sponsored by the Pendragon Cycle Rise of the Merlin, and the new trailer just dropped, so let's react to it together. I am a huge sucker for anything medieval, especially when it's in the Arthurian legend vein. I mean, come on. They had me at Rise of the Merlin. So we've got King Arthur on his rise, we've got a young Merlin, and I'm always looking for quality, like stuff like this with these type of shows. Could it be on the big screen? And this looks really, really good. Outfits, all of everything they're wearing, the cinematic, the battle sequences. You want it to feel like it's on a large scale, even if it's a TV show and not on the big screen at a movie theater. This looks like that. Okay. All right. I'm in.
The Pendragon Cycle, Rise of the Merlin.
The Pendragon Cycle Rise of the Merlin, based on the novels by Stephen R. Lawhead, premieres exclusively on Daily Wire Plus January 22nd, 2026. Click the link below to go watch the trailer right now. That also lines up with CDPR's roadmap. They've got The Witcher 4 due around 2027, and then CP2. So in short, this game is coming. But don't hold your breath for it for the next year, and for now, they're taking lessons from what Cyberpunk 2077's launch did and making sure it gets cooked until it's absolutely ready. The other big confirmed change is CDPR's ditching its old RED or Red engine and moving into the Unreal Engine 5 for Cyberpunk 2. As a game director by the name of Gabe explained, it's not a total reset. It isn't starting from scratch, but it is a very strategic shift. Practically, that means easier workflows, built-in modern tech. So think high-res textures, dynamic ray trace lighting, and a lot better performance modes. UE5, it's a tank. It has powerful tools for open-world games, large crowds, AI, weather effects, streaming on assets, all of that. So we should really see Cyberpunk 2 with realistic crowds and environments this time around. CDPR even posted jobs for encounter designers, AI engineers. That is all aiming to build the most realistic and reactive crowd system we've ever seen in any game. Civilians will notice shootings, weather changes, your actions, all that. And we're probably going to get a good taste of that with GTA 6 as well. I mean, in short, UE5, it should be able to help CDPR avoid the old engine bugs. So smoother performance, fingers crossed, we get stable at 60 FPS, and of course, cutting edge visuals. The team says they're going to carry over everything they learned from 2077's tech, and then they're going to leverage Unreal's strengths for the sequel. Now, enough about the tech. Let's talk about the game world itself, okay? That's one of the most exciting leaks that's out there right now. Cyberpunk 2 will not just revisit Night City, it's going to be adding an entire second megacity to the game. And fans have speculated long ago for Chicago for years, and now the creator Mike Pondsmith has basically confirmed that. In a recent talk, Pondsmith said the next game includes another city we visit, and his description makes it really clear. He said it feels less like Blade Runner and more like Chicago gone wrong. So in other words, imagine an industrial, gritty American city in 2080 with a Chicago vibe. So yeah, Night City is still going to be in this story. You'll be in the old Docks district from 2077 at least. The CP2, it's going to add a brand new city. And it's rumored they may be linked by the high-speed maglev train. The lore already had a maglev project in there, so you just zip between the two metropolises. Now, the new North American development studios, Boston and Vancouver, they're behind this. They aim for an authentically American cyberpunk feel. We also talked about Chicago rumors in the last video. You guys were pretty much all for it. And I mean, it turns out it's more than just wishful fan thinking. And as rumor has it, if Chicago isn't big enough, some fans are speculating we could even see another metropolis later on, which we'll talk about. Could be in DLC, could be later on in the story. Now, another thing that is up for grabs is, will Cyberpunk 2 be multiplayer? Do we want multiplayer? I mean, they haven't officially announced it, but there's more job postings that are suggesting at least something's up. Just last month, news broke that CDPR is hiring a lead network engineer specifically for Cyberpunk 2. Now, this listing mentioned building seamless and robust online systems and optimizing multiplayer features, matchmaking, low latency networks, all that stuff. And GameSpot also reported that the posting explicitly talks about designing network architecture for online experiences. So, I mean, we don't have to be rocket scientists to connect the dots here. It's a strong hint that CD2 will have some kind of online component. Maybe not a full MMOG, but possibly co-op, shared world features, players can interact. I mean, we can also point out the CDPR once had a Cyberpunk multiplayer project that got completely scrapped. So they know it's been requested before, but this could also mean lighter online features. Like, I mean, player-created gigs, you could have shared events, rather than the mandatory multiplayer stuff. In any case, I wouldn't expect this at launch. I really wouldn't. I think CDPR seems to be focused on the single-player RPG, but multiplayer, it could come in. And multiplayer, usually in cases like this, is an afterthought. And it usually, honestly, doesn't end up working very well. I'm almost on the side of the fence where I would like them to focus on the single-player experience. I'm not really worried about multiplayer, but other people, they might want to go on this adventure with a co-op mode. So you guys let me know in the comments. Speaking of adventure, player characters, I mean, they haven't said a word about the sequel's protagonist so far. It is possible they bring back V in some form. I mean, if you remember, spoiler alert, 1, 2, 3, V's ending had options. The Silverhand ending left your mind in the network. The Sun ending had you rebuilding in the Badlands. I mean, there's a popular theory, maybe wish, I don't know, is that V could return as a digital construct, kind of like Johnny Silverhand's Echo did, possibly guiding the story this time. Or we could just meet a completely new mercenary who explores Night City and Chicago. Said at the ending of 2077 that it won't lock the sequel into one canon. So they'll likely acknowledge past choices without actually forcing just one path or story. Now, we do have some clues that the narrative will be more ambitious. CDPR's narrative director, Philip Weber, has said he wants life paths to matter more this time. If you guys remember, in 2077, your street kid, your corpo, or your nomad origins, they all converged into the story pretty rapidly. But for CP2, they want each background choice to branch into unique missions and new relationships. So the Icon era community notes, Weber admitted, we gave a promise with 3 life paths and we didn't really sell on that promise. We didn't give them all the weight they deserved. So you can expect way more divergent storylines where your origin decisions probably have heavier consequences. And you know what? It's good to see them admitting fault. It's good to see them admitting, you know what? We swung and we missed, but we know that, and we're going to fix it this time around. That's all positive to me. Now, cast members. The one everybody talks about is Keanu. Keanu Reeves himself hinted he'd be up for Johnny Silverhand returning. In an interview this year, he said he'd love to play Johnny Silverhand again in Cyberpunk 2. And the creator, Mike Ponspeth, even joked that Reeves could call him if he wants him back in the series. So a Johnny cameo is definitely not off the table. Then you've got Rogue, Pan Am, Judy. They could all show up as allies or quest givers, depending on how their fates went. The short of it is, CDPR is probably going to pepper us with references and cameos from nostalgia kind of angles, right? And they can do that without declaring a single canon type ending. Your choices influence who survives and returns. For example, Phantom Liberty's ending determined if Rogue or Pan Am are gonna be around to meet you. So who knows? There's also one more theory that some have pointed to, that Phantom Liberty ending where Misty leaves Night City might actually tie into Chicago's rumor. Misty actually sends a transmission hinting she's heading to a new life outside Night City. So who knows? There's even people saying we could go to new continents, a moon base. It's all crazy and up in the air, but still pretty interesting if you ask me. So yes, the sequel is confirmed. It is being made right now. It is in the hands of the developers. We are officially in production. You could call it pre-production. I don't know when it actually goes from pre to regular, but we are there. And there's about 100 devs right now, any given time, give or take, working on it. And they are looking at a 4 to 5 year light cycle. So we would be looking around 2029. The entire game is going to be built on the Unreal Engine, Unreal Engine 5, which is great. And if they really do make these worlds immersive and these crowds react like I think they're going to, it's going to be big. Then you've got Night City, we've got Chicago. Could we have any more? Not sure yet. Online features, I'm not a big fan of it, but whatever. Online multiplayer elements, I'll leave that up to you guys to kind of argue that over in the comments if that's a good idea or not. And then stories and cameos. The life path system will be consequential. Choices you make will have consequences. And branching narratives, they say they're going to give each origin very unique content. I think there's a good chance we're going to see V back, probably as AI, and then we're probably going to get new characters. And you know they're not going to miss a chance to have Keanu Reeves in this game, at least somewhat, right? So there you have it, my friends. Let me know what you think. It is looking very promising. Of course, we've got a while for it, but we cover games that are multiple years out. That's how we do it here. We speculate, we rumor, we grab the new confirmed information, and we try to put all the puzzle pieces together. I'll let you guys know if anything new breaks, and I'll see you soon.